Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. I'm Darlene Hawley. I'm a personal branding and online business coach, and I am so glad that you're here for my Tip Tuesdays on YouTube Live. So today we're going to talk about 5 steps to paying yourself your goal salary each year. So I get this question a lot from my clients where they map out their plan for how much they want to make each year, but then at the end of the year, they don't actually make as much as they wanted to for their personal take-home pay. And so I'm putting together this video for you today so that you can really map it out. How much do you want to make so that you walk away at the end of the year making the goal salary that you've set for yourself? So I've broken it down in 5 steps for you today, and we're going to talk through this pretty quickly, but I want you to do the numbers for yourself. So I'm going to use an example today of a business that wants to make $50,000 a year. And as you know, we are almost into Q4 in 2020. So this is the time of year where a lot of people are looking at their numbers and they're doing the math and they're like, holy crap, I'm off a little bit. How do I make sure I reach my goal so that I actually make enough money to close out the year? So this number can vary. So if you're doing this for the first time, just set a goal for yourself for the next 90 days. And if you're doing this exercise at the beginning of the year, you can set your goal for the full year and then break it down into quarters as well, or monthly goals. So step 1 is set a goal salary. How much do you actually want to make each month? Like take home pay that you want to be able to pay yourself as a service-based online entrepreneur. So for this example, I said I was going to use $50,000 and we're going into Q4. So if I had already been on track for the year, if my goal was $50,000, then I would set my my Q4 goal for $12,500, which is $4,166 per month. That's the numbers we're going to use for this YouTube video. So follow along with these numbers. So our goal then for Q4 is $12,500. That's the goal that would be take-home pay for you as the entrepreneur. But this is where it kind of gets crazy a lot of times, though, is we forget step 2. So step 2 is your business budget. What are the expenses for your budget or for your business that you forget about when you look at how much money you need to make each year or each month? So maybe you want to make $4,166 per month, but you have expenses for your business, right? You not only need to pay yourself that $4,166, but we have costs of doing business. You might have fees for having a bank account. You might have employees or virtual contract or virtual assistants. You might pay for services like a website, having a phone. You might have a coach. You might need to buy printer paper or ink, planners. And don't forget, of course, taxes are something that you need to pay each month or each quarter out of this number as well. So I want you to look at your budget. What is your monthly expense or your quarterly expense, depending on how you're breaking this down, that it costs you just for having a business and running that business? And if you have an online service-based business, your expenses might be a little bit less than if you're a brick and mortar business where you have storefront property or different things that you're paying for. So in this example, I'm going to use the example that, say, the business expenses are $1,250 per month or $3,750 per quarter. So $3,750 per quarter. So that is this make-believe business that we're using as an example today. That's their business budget. So they want to make $4,166 per month as take home, but they also have expenses of $1,250 per month. So that's where step 3 comes into place. So now you know what your target revenue goal actually is. You're going to add your salary goal with your budget that you've just set for yourself of your expenses that you created. So if you add your salary goal with your budget for the quarter, instead of making $12,500 that you want to personally take home, you actually need to make $16,250 so that you can take home the $4,166 after you pay the expenses of your business. So your goal now for Q4 is $16,250 because $5,416 of that isn't money that you're going to get to keep for your business. This is actually money that you're paying out for the cost of running your business, for having a coach, having virtual assistants, having contract employees, paying for Zoom rooms and phone bills and all those different expenses that we have for the business. So that's step 3. Now that you've added your salary and your budget together, that's where step 4 comes in. That is your actual revenue that you need to make every single month so that you can reach your personal goal. So like I said, your step 4 is your actual revenue. So we changed that because in the beginning, it was going to be $12,500. And now because we've added our expenses to that, our actual goal for this example is $16,250. That means we need to make $5,416 each month just to reach our goals. So now that leads us to step 5. So step 5 is to say that goal out loud, write that goal down, and actually make a plan for how you're going to reach that goal. What actually needs to happen to make sure that you hit that goal with this example of $16,250 for this quarter, coming into quarter 4. And that's why it's so important that you actually sit down and map out a solid, strong, simple plan that's going to work for you in your business so that you can work this goal backwards. So if your goal is to make $16,250, what does that look like in sales for your business? And I want to invite you to a live interactive workshop that I'm hosting this coming Wednesday on September 30th, 2020, where I'm going to walk you through how to create these goals in a simplified step-by-step process so that you can know exactly what you're working on every single month, every week, every day, even every hour. I'm love to make it as simplified as possible. I don't want you to have to guess every single day when you wake up what things you should be focusing on, what products you should be selling, what you need to be doing every single day. I want you to have your plan broken down, super simplified and specific and strategic so that you can actually reach this goal of hitting $16,250 in quarter 4 so you can finish out your year properly. Obviously for you, these numbers could be totally different. This is just a made up, simple, easy math system I used for this video. But I want you to be able to look at what your goal salary is, how much your budget is for expenses, and just the nature of running your business so that we can make sure that you actually reach your goal and bring home the money that you need to make each month. So join me on September 30th. This is Pacific time at noon, so 12 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be going live together in a Zoom room where not only are you going to have my strategic mapped out plan of how to plan your quarter 4, but I'm going to workshop this with you. So if you have questions live while you're on the call, you're going to be able to get those answered. So we're going to get really clear on what your goals are so that you can make your dreams a reality. We're going to determine what's been working and also look at what's not been working for your business so far up through the past 3 quarters of 2020. And as all of you guys know, this year has been a little bit crazy. A lot of us have had a lot going on. Some of us, like myself, I'm homeschooling my kids now and working my business. So some of these things have not made my plan go quite as according as I had planned for 2020. So I've had to make some moves and some strategic steps to make sure that I still hit my goal at the end of the year. So I want to help you do that as well and make sure that you are completely on track. And I want to make this as actionable and measurable of steps as possible so that you can continue to move forward and continue to stay in business and keep doing the things that you love. So I will put the link down below so you can join me on next Wednesday, September 30th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. And all you have to do is hit the link, sign up, and I will send you the Zoom room information, and I'll meet you live next week. All right, if you have any questions about any of those, drop the questions below and I will check back soon. And if you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love for you to subscribe and know when I go live every single week on Tuesdays for Tip Tuesday. All right, bye everybody. Thanks so much for joining.